Merry Brewmas, everyone! 'Tis the season for Christmas-themed Entitled People and Just No Mail Reddit stories. Because we all know that Christmas brings out the worst in narcissists, but it's also the season of the Brewmas merch giveaway. Subscribe, like this video, and leave a Christmas tree emoji in the comments below to be entered to win some merch from the Reddit Brew merch store. I donate all my merch profit to my local food bank, which is especially important this time of year. Today for you guys, I have 2 stories posted by the same OP involving her racist in-laws and how she won Christmas. Finally won my Cold War with my in-laws. I'm originally from Morocco, and growing up, my dad walked out on us, and my mom had to raise me as a single mother. She died when I was 11, and I was forced to live with my father and his family. Let me tell you, whatever you usually experience with your mills, I did with my stepmom. So by the time I was 18, I had enough experience to know how to deal with jealous, middle-aged women. At 18, I got a full ride and then some to Penn State, graduated at 23, and started working straight away. Then I met my husband. He comes from a very conservative family from GA, and while they say they aren't racist, they 100% are. The minute his family saw me and it was confirmed that I wasn't white, the looks on their faces were of pure disgust. I knew I was in for a long Cold War. Here's how that went down. He invited me to their house for Thanksgiving to introduce me to his parents, and made sure to tell his mom that I don't eat anything that has either pork or alcohol in it. I suggested bringing something for myself because I hate being a diva about my food requirements, but he said that his mom would accommodate me. I didn't want to hold my breath, so just in case, I ate the same way that I do before a fast. Their welcome was lukewarm and a bit awkward, and the whole night was spent with them making ignorant, racist, and passive-aggressive comments about me. They had invited my husband's ex and kept heaping compliments on her. Oh, and to top it off, every single dish had either bacon or wine in it. The effing turkey was wrapped in bacon. The mac and cheese had bacon bits. The mashed potatoes had lard. I said I was okay, and his mom gave me just water because apparently they were out of non-alcoholic beverages. My then boyfriend was infuriated with his mother, but he was still in the fog at this time. They seemed annoyed by the fact that I didn't appear hungry or bothered. I spent the whole time joking, complimenting them and the ex, and never complained about the food, so I think their plan was a bust. Then when Christmas rolled around, I was not invited. It was a family-only holiday, you know? The ex was invited though. I just sent presents with my then boyfriend and had a wonderful staycation. Fast forward about a year, and they're still throwing the ex at him, and not inviting me to the family-only parties and get-togethers. When we announced our engagement, his mom was pissed, and so was his sister. His dad didn't mind. He's that typical enabling, spineless husband who's a decent guy that hates his life, but stays for some reason, and doesn't hold his wife or family accountable. We decided on a wedding that would combine both our traditions, and since they never bothered to learn about mine, they thought wearing white to my wedding would hurt me. In my culture, the bride doesn't wear white. The day of, when they showed up in white, ex included, and I just gushed about their pretty dresses. You could see their hopes crashing. Then I started changing dresses and wearing every color of the rainbow in my traditional caftans. I have this pic with his mom with the sourest face that I just cherish. There were some more minor events over the years. I never complained to my husband and didn't let him get involved, and his mom was getting pretty desperate to make me look bad. Then the coup de grace was this Christmas. She suggested I host, and I agreed. I knew that she suggested this because she thought that I wouldn't be able to handle it, and wanted to see me crash and burn. I also think that she thought that I wouldn't know how to cook a traditional Christmas dinner, since whenever we invite them, and I am the one doing the cooking, I make traditional Moroccan dishes. Well, I made a whole goddamn spread. A turkey, glazed ham, mac and cheese, fluffy mashed potatoes, green green bean casserole, Brussels sprouts, roasted carrots and potatoes, homemade bread and cornbread, and pies for dessert. I also made several different kinds of cookies that I had in the freezer and pulled them out. She broke down crying, accusing me of getting catering. When my husband tried to calm her down and ask why she was mad about a beautiful meal, she snapped. She started screaming and pushed the food off the table. She went ballistic. I had never seen anything like it before. It was honestly like a movie. She broke a good portion of our good china and ruined all the food. Sil and Phil didn't do a thing to stop her. This was the straw that broke the camel's back for my husband, and he threw them out and went no contact. He was so horrified by his family's behavior. He kept telling me how nauseous he was after all of it happened. I guess she wasn't ready for a woman of culture, but my husband was. The Christmas gift issue. Those who have read my last post know that my Mill loves to try and make me look bad. Before my husband and I went no contact with his family, she used to try and do this with gifts. She'd attempt to give me terrible presents in hopes that I would look ungrateful and disappointed. I don't care about presents though, and don't even celebrate Christmas, so I never gave the response she wanted. I did decide to turn it around on her in a petty way though. I am fortunate enough to have the disposable income that allows me to be as petty as I want. Also, as I stated, I do not care about Christmas and never wanted their approval, so it didn't really hurt me. The first few months I was with my then boyfriend, I was never invited to Christmas, but regardless, I used to send gifts to his parents and sister. You know, get that goodwill with the hubby. Just simple practical gifts at first. The first year I was invited, after we got married, I had a feeling they would get me subpar gifts, if any at all. And I also knew that their surprisingly nice extended family would be there. So I decided, screw the money. I want to embarrass them a little. In my work, I was tipped with some great football tickets that were worth more than $2,000. So I decided that those were my fill, since neither I nor my husband liked the sport and didn't need the money from reselling them. For my Mill, I got a Tiffany & Co. sterling silver necklace. For Sil, I got a complete set of Tolkien's works in leather-bound hardcovers. She's a big fan. Christmas morning, I made sure they opened my gifts before I did theirs to me, and you could see the shock on their faces. Them having to thank me while everyone told them how lucky they are to have such a sweet, generous daughter-in-law like me was priceless. Their gift to me, they ended up giving me socks, as in one gift from all three of them was one pair of fuzzy socks. I was thrilled that they gave me a subpar gift as I expected, and it was glorious. I pretended like I was putting on a brave face and wore the socks and said thank you. The extended family members looked at them with disappointment and at me with pity. I could tell Mill was embarrassed because she was the one who ended up looking bad. Even though we're no contact with them this year, I still sent gifts over to them. You know, twist that knife in a bit more. Son of a nutcracker, what a great way to use disposable income. There should be a requirement that at least 50% of your disposable income, if you're fortunate enough to have it, should be used in a petty way to seek revenge on your wretched in-laws. I'm glad that OP's husband came out of the fog and did not hesitate to go no contact. A Christmas miracle. Hopefully Phil has the same revelation one day. Maybe the ghost of Christmas future needs to pay him a visit. But anyway, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this first round of Christmas-themed Reddit stories. I am looking for another Christmas mother-in-law saga. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Christmas Reddit story. Bye!